All right, bear with me. I don't script things. I suck at it. I hate it. So I'm making another video clip, and I'm going to put all the video clips together to make this video. So what we've done is I've already installed the Hyconext in my rack in the basement, and I'm now going to migrate everything from my Cisco Meraki over to the Hyconext. So I've got this list here, which, good idea, by the way. Here's a little life hack, if you want to call it that. No, it's just called being prepared. When I first programmed my Meraki switch for the basement, no, sorry, it's not a Meraki, it's just a Cisco. Sorry, Meraki's garbage. It's a Cisco switch. Let me get that straight. I took a screenshot of the ports and their labels. And so what I'm going to do now is we're going to go into the interfaces here, and we're going to label all the ports and then just move everything over to it. So this is a really easy to navigate switch. I like it. Watch, like an interface Ethernet. Awesome. Let's go in here. All right, here's the interfaces. So now I can label them. And notice they're all 2.5 gig except for the 10 gig ports. Oh, it's glorious. So first off, okay, we've got the Office AP. Okay. The second one is going to be rear porch AP, because I've got my truck wired, as you know, so it ties into the Wi-Fi. Porch camera west. Don't use this for a way to scope my house, by the way. Camera. Actually, I should do this. Cam front west. Like that. I'll just relabel it. Cam barbecue, because it's literally looking down at where my barbecue is. Okay, so 7 and 8 are my NAS. So Synology 1. I'll just copy, paste that 2, putting my labels in here. All right, so now we go down further. I might have to collate some of these. They're not actually the most efficient things. You know what? We're just going to do that. Let's just do this. Grr. I should group my cameras together. You know what? We'll do this. Cam front east. Cam barbecue. There we go. And that's the 3 cameras that I have on my house. I am going to do one more for Cam Alley, because I'm going to stick one next to my house. Synology 1 and 2. Okay. Terra Master for my crappy backup. Let's see here. Upstairs. No, he's going to get a switch upstairs, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Okay, so what else we have here? Back porch cam. Oh, that's right. I have back porch cam as well. So we'll cut this one. I love redoing things. I'm going from a 24 port. Going from a 24 port to a 16 port is going to be a little tricky. Terranas. Okay, and let's see here, Chris. Plex server. And that's basically it. That's all my stuff. Cool. And then I'll have our bench. So this will be my workbench right here. I've got a Cisco under my bench. So we'll go, let's do this. Switch 1 bench. Switch 2 attic. Switch 3 yard, because I've got a lab in my backyard specifically for doing RF testing and whatnot. Okay, so with all of that, we should be able to apply. Here we go. We're going to apply all these changes that I just made. Fingers crossed. I haven't practiced this or rehearsed it. I'm just doing it as a one-off. Oh, they stuck. Yippee! Wait, yippee! There. Now we're going to apply it. So applying the change, of course, we'll apply the change. The save will then write it to boot memory. Okay, that's how that works. All right, so we've got all of our ports labeled. Now, I'm also going to have a couple of ports here specifically for internet. Okay, so I'm going to use the first 10 gig port on here specifically for my internet access. So this is going to be tech savvy. Right there. Okay, so that'll be port 17. Okay, and then Let's apply that again. I have to make sure that my VLANs are configured properly for this now because, yeah, there's going to be, basically, this is my aggregation switch for the house. The router plugs into it. It's router on a stick. So we've got the router plugged into port 22, and then I'm counting down, okay? So now all that's been set up. I can go to my, I believe service is where I find my VLANs. Okay. PoE, by the way, I've changed all the PoE back. So everything's set for auto right now because I don't have any manual PoE stuff in my lab at all. And in fact, the manual PoE stuff I'm going to have, Hyconext is actually sending me another switch. They're sending me a DIN rail mount cabinet switch. That's going to become my switch for the bench here. It's basically a smaller version of this, okay? And I'm really, really excited to get it because I really wanted to show you guys the variety that a Hyconext has, right? So the Cisco that's under my bench right now is probably going to go away, and it's going to be a Hyconext. It'll be really nice. It'll give me, as you know, the ability to do auto or, and by the way, this is a PoE BT switch. So it does AT, what is it? AF, AT, and BT. There's another one in there that I'm missing. It does all the 802.3s. So I'm going to have this auto. And let's see here. Let's go to VLANs now. I have to get my VLANs set up. Where the heck are VLANs at? Oh, there, VLAN interface. Okay, so Tech Savvy is going to be on, let's see here, VLAN 40. Okay, great. Now, where's our interfaces? This is where I've got to make sure I've got this set up properly. Okay, so I'm not going to be using these guys now. So these guys, it's actually going to be down here. It's going to be port 17. So this one is actually going to be this. So let me fix this now. So we're going to hybrid this, okay? And this is just going to be, I believe I need to remove that. Remove VLAN 40 and 4094 because we don't want those VLANs anymore. And this is going to be empty, and it's just going to be 1 because it's going to be part of my general lab VLAN. And then we just go 1 here, like so. And then we go OK. And so now this one's just like the rest of them, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing here. We're going to remove 35 and 4093. And we're going to change this to a hybrid port. Hybrid means that it can have tagged and untagged traffic on it. If it's an access port, it's simply untagged traffic. Okay? So there we go. That's that. Oh, hold on. I messed up here. That's not supposed to go there. That's supposed to go here. Like so. There. Good. Okay, so that's all good. So now I can go down here, and we're going to use the first one for my Tech Savvy connection. And so this is going to be a trunk port because it's tagged only. So it's going to be tagged on 40. And then we're going to remove 1. This is going to go away. And it's going to be PVID 4094 because this isn't going to be an access port. There's going to be no untagged traffic on it. It's going to be only tagged traffic. So if this works, this will make sure that it's only got a tag on it for port 40. Perfect. And so PVID 4094, I chose that because it's not a VLAN that's going to be used in my network. So that helps isolate the untagged traffic on that interface. So now it's basically prepped and ready to go for my Tech Savvy connection. Now I've also got 35 here, which I was going to use for my Bell connection. So I'm going to use Bell on, let's see here. It's going to be the same. It's going to be tagged on 35 because that's what Bell Canada uses. And we're going to remove VLAN 1, and I'm going to make this 4093. And the reason why I'm doing this is because my handoff with Bell is copper. Okay, so perfect. My last Ethernet port is going to be tagged VLAN 35. Let's see here. Let me just fix my lapel, by the way. I'm still messing with microphone setups, guys. Bear with me. I suck. I know that. There we go. And I've got leaves on my shirt. Well, I guess I shouldn't have done gardening before coming in to do a video. So, yep, so I've got VLAN 35 tagged on that port, and I've got 40 tagged on this port. And as you can see, I've got dummy VLANs here to isolate them. And then going back to the router, we've got those 2 VLANs tagged going back. Okay, so all that's in place now, and I should be able to save this. So I'm going to save this and commit this to memory. So this is going into the boot memory now. For the people who know Cisco, this would be write mem, and I'll make sure that it's not, that'll come up with it. Otherwise, if you don't save it to memory, it's only writing it to run. So it's writing it to the running memory. Okay, so that's all in place. And if we go back over here, before you even do a VLAN, you have to make sure that this thing knows to use such a VLAN. So I'm going to add one for the backyard. I'm going to add VLAN 3000. And that's going to be backyard pole, like so. Backyard rear pole. And that's for the furthest switch in the backyard. And this is what I use for testing radio equipment. All right, so now I've added this in here like so. I can now use that VLAN, but it has to be added into the VLAN list before you can actually make something aware of it. So I can now add this in here like so. And so now that's also tagged on that port. So until I actually send it somewhere else, which actually, let me save this, and then I'm going to go back to the interface list, and I'll see where the ports are. Okay. So if we go to our interface list here, I designated one of them for the backyard. Okay, so that's going to be 10 gig number 3. Okay, so we're going to go back over here to the VLAN section. And 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be the backyard right here. All right, so we're going to edit this. And we're going to tag 3000. So now, VLAN 3000. Oh, that's an interesting little factoid. Look at this. It'll actually show you the available VLANs when you go to do that. Isn't that neat? Awesome sauce. So now VLAN 3000 is being tagged going out to my backyard as well. So this is actually pretty easy to move around in for those of you who haven't actually done programming on stuff like this. Now, as for the SNMP, let's see, where is my SNMP? It should be under Service. Maybe it's under System. SNMP configuration. So we can configure our community in that in here. So I don't have a community in here yet. Community name, 0. Okay. Read only. That's what I want. Plain. View name, filter. All right, so that's basically it. I just need a basic SNMP community, specifically for the purpose of having this in my Zabbix. Here we go. Read view 0. Yeah, I don't want that. Okay. Oh, sorry. I screwed up here. I usually use trap type 1 and 2. All right, and v3 user. I will fill this out at a later date because I don't want anybody on my stream seeing it. So let's go back here. Okay, view, trap server. I can't remember what it is right this minute, but anyway. Okay, global. Nice. Okay, so the SNMP is set up. Syslog is going to go to the same server. I haven't configured that yet, but basically I'm using Zabbix, yes. So I will be able to add my Zabbix server in here. Actually, you know what? I think I've... Let's see here, Zabbix. Great. I know I'm logged out. Here we go. All right. Yeah, that would have been me. So I'm just going to steal this for my trap targets, like so. And the cool thing is in here is that, yeah, I'm tracking everything in my house, right? All of my equipment. This is just my power for my lab because, well, as you guys know, I've got a backup power system here to ensure that no matter what, I'm always connected to the internet. Okay, we'll just leave it at default. Okay. There we go. So there's our syslog. And let's go back to SNMP, and now I can add my trap server. Security name. we go. V2. I'm cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Actually, I'm cuckoo for Hyconext. I'm actually really excited about these switches. Like, I've seen lots of generic switches, industrial-type switches that have nice, pretty overlays and software on them. But, I mean, this is their own stuff. I mean, this is a beautiful switch. Now, I might find maybe Lanar or somebody like that is actually making this switch and they're white labeling it. But, honestly, this is just a great switch all in all. I mean, we've got it all configured now. You've got your logs in here. Like, I can move around this thing intuitively. It's not like previously where, you know, like I would jump on something and not be able to find my way around it. I can thoroughly move around this thing, like very easily, very fluidly. This actually has dual OS. It's a great switch. And that's why it's going into my lab. So now I'm going to do one more thing, because I already showed you guys that I did the interfaces here, right? So now that I've got all of my interfaces labeled, watch this. I don't need all that. Here we go. I'm going to take that. I'm a silly girl, so I'm going to go into Paint. I'm also relatively lazy. All right, so we'll just go into Paint, and I'm going to print this. So I've got a list of what's where. Okay. So actually, where's my print preview? I like to see my print preview. Here we go. Make sure that it's all on one page. So page setup. Here we go. We're going to do portrait. Well, landscape's proper. It just fits on one page. You know what I'll do? Let's go back. I'm just going to make this a little bit small. Oh, no, never mind. It's fine. It is fine. Okay, so print preview. I'm going to turn my printer on because I don't. Somebody told me how to set my Canon up to come on automatically. I love that. Power on. Reinstall my lapel mic because it wasn't clipped to my shirt. There we go. And by the way, thank you, patrons, for buying this Rode microphone thing for me. I mean, I'm going to start using it now. I want to make my content better. All right, so we're just going to print this off to replace my previous one. And as you can see here, I'm literally just taking a screenshot. That's all. Oh, yeah, my toner's low. I'm running low on blue. Who cares? I'm using black. All right, so now that I've got this new list, I can literally go downstairs, start plugging stuff in. Okay, guys, I apologize. I'm not sure how the audio quality is going to be right now, but all right, so let's see here. Basically, 1 to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see here. 1, 2. 3, 4. All right, cool. 5 is 4. Oh, okay, so 5 is 4. So 4 actually, this one goes in here. There we go. Okay, it's starting to detect the PoE, which is good. It's all coming on. This is my first time actually attaching equipment to it like that. 6 is not being used, so 4 would be the new one that I just added in the front yard. Let me find out where that's coming from. Okay, so it's this one right here. So that's actually west. So that's front cam. east, sorry, so it goes into 4. So that one actually goes into 4. And then this is the one back porch. Rear porch is supposed to be, okay, so that's back door is on 7. That, and then I've got one for alley. Okay, now we've got 3. Oh crap, I forgot. This Cisco's stupid. It's 1, 13, 2, 14. Crap, I almost forgot that. So this is actually, hold on. Hold on. Shit. No, those are in the right spot. So this was previously plugged into 13. 13 was Dan's AP. Okay, yeah, we can leave these the way that they are. Okay, so this one's 3. Cisco can be very stupid. I'm not a big fan of it anymore. Okay, so 4 on there. This here. Alright. Now what's that one? No, it's 18. Okay, so that goes here. Oh, wait. Synology is going to 8 and 9. I'm actually going to move the Synology to 9 and 10 instead. There. Synology is 9 and 10. Stuff here. So the green one is going to Chris. This Plex is going to be on 11. He's right here. And this guy here, where does this one go? I don't have that one listed. This is pretty typical. Okay, so this goes here. Ah, okay, so that goes to the back door. And then what's left? This guy. And this one's a trunk port. I can just go in there. And then that's it. Cool, so now I can get rid of the Cisco. By the way, here's something cool. Alright, so everything's connected. So I can get rid of this Cisco switch. There's only one thing stopping me. My NAS. Bye-bye, Cisco. Now, I'm going to have to Wago this, so bear with me for a second, because I don't want to take the lab down again. Alright, here we go. By the way, this is a great opportunity for me to say, do as I say, not as I do. There's a lot of us old-timers that do this sort of stuff. We ourselves, what's the old expression? The cobbler's son goes without shoes or something like that? So, I'm going to nip this off. So something which I did here a while ago was I converted this Cisco Meraki to work off, or no, sorry, I keep saying Meraki because I'm just used to saying that. It's a Cisco SG350 28MP. So I converted it to DC. I did a video on that. But rather than actually putting a terminal block on it, because I was using it for my own purposes, I just left the cable hanging out of it. Okay? So, like I said, as I say, not as I do, but I'm not going to leave these wires just dangling here, so I'm actually going to put these little off-brand Wago connectors on them to protect them from shorting out. Alright, so there we go. So it looks like we're good to go. This switch is installed. The only thing that I can see that's not right is it looks like my Omada access points didn't trigger PoE for some reason. So I'm not sure why that is. But we'll figure that out. There's a living room right there. I think one of the access points is actually down here. Let me see if I can find it. That is for another video. So I've got a meeting coming up. This is now in place and operational. I can put the screws in it now. And I can also lift it. I'm going to lift it up so it's got a gap here because this CCR 1009 gets rather hot. And there we go. Now I get to figure out why 1, 2, 9, and 10. Oh, hold on. 9 and 10 should be working because they are my, Synology. I'm going to reroute them. Okay, here we go. There we go. Alright, so 9 and 10 are working. So it's only 1, 2, and 16 that aren't working. So I'll check that. We've got 10 gig access already running on everything. And anything that's not working is capped. So there we go. And actually, something which I should point out, there is my ONT or ONU. That's my optical network transceiver for Tech Savvy. It's plugged directly into the switch. So, kind of cool. But yeah, that's it. It's done. The changeover is complete. Now I can get back to doing what I do to pay my bills. And the nice thing is, by the way, a little thing I should mention about the Hyconext is that it is designed for a negative 48 volt environment, but this is a neutral environment. Technically it's plus 48 volt. Even though it's installed in this rack, it's got an isolated power supply. There's no power problems. It's not shorting out on the chassis or anything like that. The Hyconext is an isolated power supply. Kind of nice, eh? So, that's it. We can get back to our day.